Today I'm going to talk about my delay settings. The delay is my favorite guitar effect, and yeah, I use it quite a lot. And today I would like to show you my settings and also my thinking process when dialing in a specific delay effect. So here I opened the AxeFx III, and currently I'm using this delay, you can see here, which is called stereo tape. So it's a stereo delay. And for those of you who are not familiar with these delays, the delay is an effect that's basically repeating the shit you're playing after a certain amount of time. And in case of a stereo delay, you you have the ability to control what is repeated on the right side and what is repeated on the left side. So that is maybe the easiest way to understand the stereo delay. In this case I'm using the stereo tape delay, which is emulating a tape delay. The thing with the tape delay is that maybe in the past, in analog delays, they use some kind of tape to record the signal and then repeat it. And it created an effect that the signal was a little bit modulated, the repeated signal at least. And yeah, so it's not exactly the same. But yeah, it's this effect, this slight modulation seems to work in a high gain lead scenario. So yeah, I chose it here, and as you can see here, I'm running the delay in parallel to the signal path, which is here. And that means I set the delay, the mix to 100%, so that this block is only is only delivering the delayed signal, no percentage of the original signal. That is my preferred way, because then you can run it here in parallel to the reverb, because you don't want the reverb, the signal with reverb going into the delay. And yeah, of course, if you set the level to 0, then the repeated signal will have the same volume like the original signal. So you can hear maybe it's the same volume. So first of all, I don't use the same volume here because I would like to have the delayed signal a little bit in the back. And yeah, the other important things for the delay are here the feedback. Feedback is basically how often the signal is repeated. You can see here if I set it to a very small value, then it's repeated only maybe 2 or 3 times, and here it's repeated way more. And here you can also hear the modulation. The signal is getting a little bit darker, so the highs are cut, but only in the the 4th or 5th repeat. I don't know if you can hear it. And yeah, but I set it here maybe around 30%. And yeah, as you can hear, there is something happening, some rhythmic kind of thing in between the left and the right signal. And that is because here you have, this is the tempo you're setting at which the left signal is repeated. So currently I tapped in certain tempo, which was 500 milliseconds, and yeah, the tempo, the signal is delayed then every 4th note. So that is on the left side. And on the right side, if I set here the ratio to 100%, so here it's exactly the same at every fourth note, quarter note, however you would call it. But then you can see here it's automatically the same amount of feedback on the right side, on the left side. But if you want to have this kind of syncopated effect, then you have to set it to maybe 75% here. Now you can hear it's kind of syncopated on the right side. So yeah, with this delay it's very easy to dial in this syncopated effect because yeah, you don't have to set the tempo manually for both channels, the left and the right side. You can just use here the ratio. There are other delays where you can, for example, the dual delay, I think, or I don't know, the ping pong delay, where you can set different explicit tempos for both the left and the right side. But in my applications, mostly I use this kind of syncopated thing here. And this is also very very prominent in the mix and also very long. So I wouldn't set it that long here, the feedback, and also not that loud when I'm playing live. So one well, advice for you is just try out your delay settings at loud volumes, maybe at rehearsal volumes or at gig volumes, because usually then the delay is maybe interfering with your playing much more than at bedroom level. So usually I dial it back more when I'm playing live, and I, for example, set it maybe around only 1 or 2 feedbacks like that, and also way I reduce the volume way more. Maybe it was like something like that, maybe. But of course it depends on what you're playing. So if you're playing maybe slow, maybe ballads or something where you need some where you want to hear the background, the delayed signal a little bit more, and you need maybe a little bit more volume here. So you find the feedback controller at most delays. I think it's very important. It's determining the amount of or determining how often the signal is delayed, repeated. And yeah, you have some other important things here on the following pages. For example, you have the ducker function, and that means basically that you can well, you can set the attenuation and also the threshold when the delayed signal is not or is reduced in the volume. And many people are doing that. They reduce it so that the delay is not heard when you're playing. As soon as you stop, you can hear it starts. And that is something which I don't use very often, because I just want the delay in the background to create some ambience noise, as I said before. So this ducking function is just, yeah, if you want the delay to come up after you finish playing. But yeah. Of course, you can play around with that and reduce it a little bit when playing. Maybe that is too much, but maybe you can reduce it, maybe 1 dB. But I want the delay to be heard also when I'm playing. So I leave it at that now. And very important, if you want the delay to stay in the background, is the high cut. So for example, if I turn off the high cut, you cannot hear exactly what I'm playing because yeah, it's interfering with the delayed signal. And as soon as I lower the high cut, and I set it very drastically, usually set it here around 3K. You can, soon I reduce it, you can hear what I'm playing. And that is a trick which I usually do with all my ambience delays, and that is basically helping to keep the delay in the back, because you're cutting the presence frequencies, and yeah, the presence frequencies are basically responsible for bringing your signal in front of a mix. And here, if you cut these presence frequencies above 3K, then it will automatically stay in the back. So that is very important to use the high cut. The modulation is something I don't play around very often. It's, yeah, as I said before, the tape delay is modulating the signal after it's repeated, and it's not that important for me. So yeah, these are the things I'm usually looking at the delay: the amount of feedback, the mix, or if you're running in parallel, the level, and the high cut. The ducking is usually something I don't use, but yeah, if I do use it, then I don't use it very drastically. So maybe reduce it, the signal around about a 1.5 dB is okay. But other than that, I don't use it. And yeah, that is basically what I'm doing when I'm using the delay as an effect to yeah, create ambience or background noise. As you can hear, this is maybe a setting where it's very prominent, the delay. As I said, I would dial it back in a live situation, especially if I'm playing fast things. But yeah, at home it's working, and also with that setting, with the drastic high cut, also if you play fast, you can still hear it. So So yeah, I hope this helps you to get the best out of your delay. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, post your comments below, see you soon, bye!